Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Welcome to the second episode of World Builder Wednesdays, where every week I take a look at a different world or creator on the LEGO World Builder platform powered by Tongle. Today I'm spotlighting Paradox Patrol, a world created by Kubrick. You can check this world out in the link in the description. The story revolves around a team of heroes assembling to defeat a group of time-displaced villains that are altering history and creating paradoxes through time travel. This world is a ton of fun. You can see there are a bunch of different villains down here. I love time travel stories in general, but this one manages to be something entirely original while also kind of operating a little bit on nostalgia. There are a lot of very strong things about this world, including all of the different characters and the storylines. You can see that you have a bunch of characters here, but beyond great art for the minifigures, they also have complete fleshed out backstories, which is something that I really appreciate. So you have your main team of heroes, but then you also have a large, rogues gallery of villains. So you have the main villain over here who's like a cyborg, you've got some fun references, and you also have returning LEGO villains, because you've got Ninjago characters coming in. They aren't villains, but you do have Brickbeard as well from the original Pirates line. Young King Tut is back here, and that can tie into the Pharaoh's Quest. You even have crossover with other LEGO World Builder worlds, with LEGO Neon coming in. LEGO Neon was used in the trailer to announce LEGO World Builder, and it's a lot of people's favorite world, so I really love to see all of this crossover between different LEGO franchises, World Builder franchises, while also having completely original heroes and villains. There's a complete first season fleshed out for this world with 10 different episode storylines to explore. That's a great feature, but beyond that, everything in this world is just mapped out so well. You've got a lot of cool places. I really love some of these pictures that help you get a better idea of these locations. But other than that, I mean, you've also got transportation. There's plenty of transportation. I don't think I've ever seen a world that has so many different elements that are also good. However, it could use work in a couple of areas. I would say there aren't very many items. There are only 2 here, and one of them is actually a shape-shifting animal, so I'd consider that as more of a character. You don't have any resources either, and I think that it would be interesting to kind of establish societies. You do have clear hero and villain divisions here, but even just adding brief backstories to them would be a really great addition. There are only 3 proposed elements in this world, 2 characters, and then another storyline. This world already has a lot of those, so if you want to contribute to Paradox Patrol, which I definitely think you should do because it's a really fun time travel world, again, I would suggest leaning into things that people haven't done as much, like the items and the resources. I'm sure that the creator would welcome any contributions if, you can make it fit with the theme that they've established here. So definitely go ahead and suggest any ideas that you have. So I'm here with Kubrick, the creator of Paradox Patrol on LEGO World Builder. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about how you got into LEGO?
Sure. I'm Justin Marchert, and I think like almost everybody in the world, I loved LEGO as a kid, loved it to death. The castle system was my favorite. Although it had a lot of space stuff too and city stuff, and then kind of fell out of it for much of my life. And then in I don't know, 5 to 10 years ago, I was starting to visit friends who had Legos, were a term that I later learned as APOLs. A friend of mine had the Death Star sitting out on his living room coffee table. And I was like, wow, grown-ups can do that. And then I was starting to see more and more of it, and the TV shows and the movies, and it was just getting more and more popular. And so I just decided to start getting and more and more friends had them, so we started getting each other Lego gifts and stuff like that. And then I think it was the Star Wars stuff was kind of the gateway gateway in. And then the Christmas Village stuff like that. And then now my favorite thing is the Harry Potter stuff. You can build, the Hogwarts castle and keep adding to it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of where my Lego love came from.
So you're a teacher. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you bring Lego into the classroom?
Sure. My day job is substitute teaching, but this year they have such a high demand for help in the classrooms that all the subs became teaching assistants, basically. So I have a kindergarten class I work in, and we're just looking for more and more like visual and hands-on and engaging activities for them. So I started a little class where we build Legos online through one of the platforms, and we're like slowly building the story of the Three Little Pigs. So first the kids, built the house of straw, and they just pick their parts and pick their colors and stuff like that. I involve some math. I make them like tell me a number sentence. 2 pips plus 4 pips equals 6 pips, and they put that many on the building. And the kids love it.
So how'd you come up with the idea for Paradox Patrol in particular?
Paradox Patrol is a story I wrote years ago, and it's been in different versions. I think the very first thing I wrote, I like the idea of time travel. I like time travel, comedy, fun, action, silly stuff. The very first version of it I made was to be like a TV pilot, to be like a kid's pilot show script. And then I learned, I live in, Hollywood, Los Angeles. So it's like the middle of the, showbiz and everything. But I learned it's like almost impossible to get a pilot made. Like you just gotta meet so many people, and there's so many people that like already have so much experience that are like the ones in the front of the line. So like the odds of getting it seen by even the right people are astronomical. And then with quarantine and everything, starting about a year ago, I decided to recreate it as a book, as like a 120-page kids book. So like writing the novel version of Paradox Patrol was my big quarantine project for a while. And then I was kind of like halfway through that when I learned about the World Build, the Lego platform, and I was like, oh, this would be a perfect perfect for that.
So what's an example of something that someone contributed that you then had to like kind of edit to fit into Paradox Patrol?
Somebody submitted like the bride of Malvoltio is a big bad in the show. He's a bad guy. He's a cyber enhanced human, and somebody submitted like the bride of Malvoltio character, and I was trying to like incorporate some history with it. So I made I kind of reconfigured it so he goes back and visits Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein in the 19th century, and they get involved with her, and part of that story is the Bride of Frankenstein. So he's inspired to create the Bride of Malvoltio and stuff like that.
That's kind of funny because that's actually like one of my favorite elements in Paradox Patrol, because I was reading that and I was like, so he fell in love with Mary Shelley and she like said no, and so he had like just went and like built like a cyborg version of her. I thought that was hilarious, and so I really enjoyed that. So I think that was somebody,
that was somebody else in the community's contribution. At least it started that way. Kind of like I said, I reshaped it a little bit.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Honestly, I feel like that's the best example of collaboration on Lego World Builder that I've seen, because like I wouldn't say like I wouldn't have guessed that it was a contribution, but again, it was just like my favorite part of like of like those elements that I was looking at. So there's a lot that you can do on the World Builder site. You can head over to the create page and just make anything you want based off of a creative prompt or completely original. The current creative prompt is the live action and animation hybrid. I would definitely suggest using that as a jumping point if you don't know where to begin. However, worlds like Paradox Patrol are also great to look at, and there's so many other things that you can discover on the Discover page, and you can sort it by, different tags, whether they're new or trending, and there's just a lot of cool things to discover on the platform. So I really hope that you guys go check out Lego World Builder. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, Golden Ninja 3000 either. I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.